got a new trailer for House of the Dragon Season 2. Let's do this.
The Targaryen who sits the Iron Throne is not just a king or a queen. They are a protector of the realm. Now I find myself in an impossible position.
All hail, King Aegon!
The enemy usurped my throne.
We're going to King's Landing. Well, what are we going to do about it?
We must play the board before us.
Proceed cautiously.
Fuck dignity! I want revenge.
News spreads through the realm. The great houses will come to our side.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
My ships sail at your command.
The realm's only hope is in a leader strong enough to unite it.
Do you accept me as your queen and ruler?
This senseless war must end.
Shall none of us prevail?
Not like this.
Alicent holds love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
The enemy without may be fought with swords. The enemy within is more insidious.
There is more than one way to fight a war.
War is coming, and neither of us may win.
Alrighty. Real quick before I share my thoughts on it, be sure to join me down below in the comment section. Let me know, what did you think of the latest trailer for House of the Dragon Season 2? Give me some of that context. How did you feel about Season 1 of House of the Dragon? And how do you feel about Game of Thrones in general? Also, if you don't know, I did a whole review series of the seasons of Game of Thrones just a few years back, and then did a season ranking at the end of it. So if you want to know my detailed thoughts on Game of Thrones during its original run, you can check that out in these playlists somewhere around here, and then I'll have some down pinned in the top comment. And also, to that point, I'm currently in the middle of a rewatch of Game of Thrones in preparation for the return of House of the Dragon. And when I did my reviews and rankings before, that was the first time I ever watched through it. So that was like a pure viewing first experience of the show. And with the rewatch, it's interesting because it's a series that plays very differently. First off, when you just know who everyone is, because it's such a dense world with so many characters that it plays differently when you understand what you're watching during Season 1. But also, it plays very differently when you know where everything goes. And you see the choices that are going to destroy characters or set them up for success, or things that seem small that are incredibly important down the line. So I might even put out a video in the next couple weeks with some thoughts on Game of Thrones on second viewing. And my changing perspectives on it. So what did I think about this trailer? Well, it's interesting to watch the trailer in the middle of a rewatch of Game of Thrones, because it just reminded me how different and similar the two shows are, because Game of Thrones has so many characters in so many locations, so many plot lines, and covering a small amount of time in comparatively. And then you watch House of the Dragon, and it's far fewer number of characters, fewer locations, covering a longer period of time during Season 1. And then this season really locking in on this one central conflict. And that's kind of what makes House of the Dragon so interesting to me, is that it does have the Game of Thrones experience with the complex characters, moral ambiguity, big, epic, cinematic television, but much more focused. and just seeing how many battles, how many times people are on dragons, conflict, and everything like that. It's kind of gets me excited for it. It reminded me of all the things that I enjoyed about this show, all the characters that I hate, all of the ones that I'm frustrated with because I want to like them, but they make these terrible choices, and teasing all the coming conflicts, epic battles, all of the things that make it unique, all of the things that make it very Game of Thrones. And as many of you, I thought that the original Game of Thrones ended on such a bad note, and House of the Dragon was like a nice reminder of oh, this thing can really work, and this looks like it's going to be more of the good stuff. Let me know what you thought down below in the comments section. Also remember, I've got all of that other Game of Thrones content. If you didn't check it out before, it's right down there for you to explore. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies and TV too much. Bye-bye.